Hey, it's Demetrius Flowers, and today is day 44 of my personal growth video blog. And last night on my way home from work, I was driving and drove past a service station, and something dawned on me about a special that they were running. And I don't know exactly what it was, but I just saw special, and it had a price up on the um, advertisement board, a billboard. And I started to think that many of us have vehicles, and we pay a lot to keep our vehicles up and running and things like that, in the form of what we call preventative maintenance. Um, and we do that because we want our vehicles to run smoothly. We don't want any mechanical malfunctions or anything like that. And um, we for the most part, if you're smart, you're following the owner's guidelines, or the dealer guidelines, or the manufacturer guidelines, excuse me, when they say if your vehicle requires premium fuel, then that's all that you're putting in there, because you don't want to have issues with your fuel injectors, yada 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 down the road. And so it got me to thinking, we will spend and invest in preventative maintenance for our vehicles, but many of us will not invest in the most important machine that we were blessed with, and that's this physical body. And we feed our bodies anything, you know, as I just stated. For you guys, or us out there who have luxury vehicles, and the vehicle only calls for premium fuel, you're not putting anything else in there. You don't want to have your car stalling or jerking or clogging up the engine or the injectors and things like that. And the same, that this analogy goes, it reigns true for the same for our physical machine. This machine is the most important machine we will ever um, um, be in control of. And we're more concerned with how our vehicle runs, the machine that we put on the road to get us from point A to point B, than we are with the machine that has to run that vehicle. And so we will keep it washed, cleaned out, detailed, polished, new tires, oil changes, flushes, tune-ups, the whole nine. But we won't do the same for this physical body that we've been blessed with. That is the only machine that say you can go and get a new car, but you can't go and get a new body, as it relates to what's going on internally and things like that with you and your health. And so I think it's extremely important that we get into the mindset that, this machine, this body, is the most important machine that we will ever have in our lives. So we need to, this is not a discount fuel. We don't want to put discounted fuel in our machines. We want to put the best, premium fuels into our body. We want to make sure that if we're utilizing some type of supplement for our fitness, that we're putting the best in there. No garbage, nothing with a bunch of fillers and artificial crap in it. We want to put the best. We want premium fuel being put into this machine. It's that important. And so just thinking about that and finishing up my workout today, I had T25 lower focus. Woo! My legs are on fire, but in 25 minutes, anybody can get through it. That being said, now it's time for me to go and feed this machine with the nutrients and things like that, premium nutrients that it needs to be able to recover and function later on down the day. For me, that's Shakeology. For you, I don't know. But if I were you, I would look into Shakeology. And so that being said, I just really wanted to stop, and I thought about that, like, man, you know something? We take such great care of our vehicles, which is important. You pay a lot of money for them. But that mechanism or that machine that we pay so much for, if we just took some of that same value that we put into that machine and put it into this physical machine that we were blessed with, a lot of us would feel better, look better. We wouldn't deal with a lot of the ailments we deal with. Heck, 68% of the population wouldn't be considered obese. And so that being said, I think for me, this is a great analogy, and hopefully you've gotten something out of it. But let's start looking at our bodies like it's that luxury vehicle. You know, let's start being conscientious of the fuel that we're putting into this body, that we are keeping it, we are doing the preventative maintenance. You shouldn't have to get to a point to where you start making a decision to have a lifestyle change when things go wrong. As you know, with your vehicles, once you've gotten to that point, it's not just one thing, it starts to snowball. And so you don't want that to happen with this physical machine that you've been blessed with. This body is the body is the only body you will have for the rest of your life on this earth. And so you want to start taking care of that. Be conscientious of what you're feeding it. You know, stay on top of the fact that you need to keep this thing running at tip-top shape and condition, because only the Lord knows when he's going to call you home. And so you could be here for the next 20, 30, 40, or 50 years. And you don't want to be in a position to where your machine starts to break down before it's time. And now you're living out your next 20 years having to deal with pills and carrying around oxygen and things like that. Seriously, guys, and that's not being funny or anything. That's the real deal. That being said, as always, I hope you've gotten something out of this. Understand that you are blessed with an amazing, amazing machine that we have to take care of. And so make sure that you are feeding your machine properly, and that you are doing the preventative maintenance to ensure that you don't get to the point to where your machine is breaking down and now you're dealing with a whole lot of ailments. That being said, hope as always you've gotten something out of this. Day 44 is in the books, and I'll talk to you guys later.